What is good, YouTube? We are here with episode 1 of the only model you need to change your life. This is going to be episode 1 of a series that I'm going to be doing explaining every part of the model that I've been uploading to YouTube. I've been posting in my Discord. If you're not in the free Discord, go join it. It is in the link down below. This video is strictly going to be about what you're going to learn and literally basically everything about that, right? So I'm here on Canva and we have all this stuff right here, but first we're going to be going over this. So this is going to be a decently long series. I'm not sure exactly how many videos it's going to be, but it should be maybe 1 to 2 videos a week, depending on how much I film on the weekends. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You have to, actually, we'll just get into it in this example here. So this is going to be overview for the one model to change your life, right? So here we have all this stuff here. Why use it, right? Why am I telling you to use this model? Like, some people use 3-4 models. I'm just telling you right now, all you need is this one model, just this one. So why are you going to use it? Simplicity, right? The model is super simple. Now you're going to see over here in the cons when we get there, there is something about that. And I know you guys can read all this. I don't really care if you guys read about it, but I'm going to go over all of this one by one. So the first thing is simplicity. Once you understand everything, it is a very simple model to use, and you can simplify it even more to make it comfortable for yourself. And to lead off of simplicity, it's literally just based around logic, and you guys will see that in one of the bottom panels that I have here. Everything that you do in the market with this model is literally just logic. Like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. The market did this, so I'm expecting it to do that now. This is my invalidation point. If it goes above here, if I'm bearish, then there's not going to be a trade because I'm wrong about the day, right? So there is logic involved with this model. It is super simple once you understand everything in controlled risk, right? These three right here, because some people just want all this random stuff put into a model and it's super complex, there's no logic behind it, and their risk is skewed all the time, right? So these three right here, this is all I added because I didn't want this video to be super long. These three, this is enough in itself, right? So right here to simplicity, knowing what you want to see each and every single day, right? That's what this model is going to be about. And off of that, it just goes straight back to logic, because every single day when you're coming into the charts, if you're looking for the same exact thing, it will end up becoming simple because you're using logic to figure out what you want to see for the day. So these two go hand in hand, right? And then knowing what you want to see every day goes straight to clear bias on the higher time frames to a clear lower time frame entry, which means you have a controlled risk, right? So putting all this together right here, now you guys see these match up with some of the stuff in the pros, right? So what are the pros of this? You're only trading one setup, right? That's simple and it's logical, right? One setup, one model. Super simple, and there's logic behind it. High win rate and high RR if you're dialed, right? And if you understand everything, right? You will end up having a high win rate with a high RR. Now the one thing with this model, and I don't think I put it in this, is you're always targeting at least a 2R, right? That's why it's a higher RR. So you're at least wiping away at least 2 losers, right? So you're always going to have at least a 2R, and you're going to have a high win rate. Why? Because you're trading with logic, right? You're anticipating what, we'll get into it later because I can't just go over everything, right? High RR, win rate, controlled risk, right? Controlled risk. Patience, disciplined, and a defined trading model. Goes straight back to over here. There's more, but let's get on to the good stuff. I actually probably should have put that like here for the last thing, but the cons, you might not have a setup every single day, right? That goes straight over here. You only trade one setup, so yeah, you might not get a setup each and every single day, but that means you can add, like, let's say you're trading just the NASDAQ, ES, and YM. You can add gold. You can add currencies. You can add oil, right? So if you can't find a setup on NASDAQ or something, you can switch over to other assets and find a trade for the day, right? And not having a setup every single day does increase your chances of having a high RR and win rate, but I'm actually going to remove that because I trade gold, oil and stuff again, so I do try to take trades almost every day. But coming straight down to the last con, it might be a little confusing at first. I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, you're going to understand everything when we first get into all of it. No, you probably won't, right? So I know I said it's simple, and that means if you study it and you review everything, then it becomes simple. But if you're just looking at everything first, it's not going to be like straightforward, right? So let's go over here and let's zoom in a little bit so we can just go over the top part. Boom, right here. One model to change your life, the system. All right, so coming over here to study. Okay, a series about the only model that you will need. Okay, that's literally all this series is going to be. Okay, take notes, backtest all your findings, right? If you're not sitting there taking notes or backtesting, like I'm not going to tell you actually that whenever I was studying to trade, I rarely took notes, and if I did, I don't think I went over them. I mean, that's just how I was. I'd learn something and then test it. I wouldn't just write it down and then go back. So depends how you act. Like, sorry, I actually stuttered a little bit there. I needed a drink. So it depends how you are. If you like taking notes and you study better with notes, then take notes. But if you can digest the information, go onto a chart and apply it to the chart, just do that, right? And then ask questions in my Discord. Like I said at the beginning, Discord's free. The only link in my description, right? The trading plan. Only take the model when it presents itself, right? You guys, I can't really lay out the trading plan or like, because you guys probably won't understand everything yet. So only take the model when it presents itself. Then a strict defined 2RR. All right, that should be the last time I pause it. Next, psychology. Right, so we went over the trading plan, defined 2R, only take the model when it presents itself. Now it's on to psychology. One loss isn't going to destroy you. And don't worry, I will make a full, like, long-form video at the end of the entire series and go over what, like, how to just get your mind right. Okay? One loss isn't going to kill you. No revenge trading. If you take a loss, you can try one more time with half risk. And then if you lose, just call it for the day, bro. There's another day coming. And then how bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you're going to do all this. And then you're going to do this, right? I mean, it's super simple. It's just how bad do you want it, right? So all these three, and then putting it all together, you're going to start a challenge account when you're comfortable and stick to the rules. All right? So that is all of this, and all of this leads down into what you will learn, right? So right here is what we have for what you will learn. Daily bias, right? What you're going to be starting with. Are we hunting external range liquidity, or are we returning to internal range liquidity, right? We are not trading any other way. It's one of these two. Are we coming out of, or are we hunting a high or low, or are we coming into a fair value gap? It is those two, right? And then let's say that we take external. Then you can look for an order block formation to get an expansion or a reversal, right? I mean, that's whenever we can dive into all this other stuff, but the daily bias just comes from, are we hunting external or are we returning to internal, right? So those two come down. Is today an expansion day? That's what you want to ask yourself whenever you look at the charts. And don't worry, that's how we are going to be going, or that's how we're going to be learning if, or how we will know if it's an expansion day. Sorry, tripped up with my words there. 4-hour profiles, 4-hour candles. It's literally all you have to trade. The 6 a.m. candle or the 10 a.m. candle. That's it. Swing high or low formations. That's all. Like, this is what we're gonna be you're gonna be learning, and it will be super simple. And you're gonna look at the charts and say, "Wow, I can't believe I didn't recognize this before." Right? So, 2 candles here. Are we in an expansion candle? Is it going to be a reversal candle, or are we in a consolidation? All right, so these 3 are literally the only candles that you're going to have to think about, right? So are we in a reversal candle, or Did we reverse and we're in an expansion candle, or are we just in an expansion? Or are we in a consolidation? That's it, right? So that's all we're going to be going over in the 4-hour profiles. 4-hour candles, it's literally all you need. Aligning lower time frame with the higher time frame draw, daily bias. All right, so I should have put daily bias first. So daily bias, 4-hour profile. What is the 4-hour candle doing? 1 hour, 30-minute swing high or low formation, 3 or 5 minute entry model. That's literally all you're gonna need. All right. Okay, we can go over here first. Important times. What did 2 a.m. do? What is the 6 a.m. profile? What is 9:30 gonna do? Will 10 continue or reverse? There is one more I should have added in here, and it is 8:30 news. Right. So, damn, I should have added that in. Is there 8:30 news? Okay. These are the times that you want to be looking at. 2 a.m., what did the 2 a.m. candle do? What is the 6 a.m. candle doing, right? The 6 a.m. candle, never mind, I'm not going to get into it yet. What is the 6 a.m. candle doing? Is there 8:30 news? What is 9:30 going to do? And what will 10 do? Continue or reverse? Now, what do we notice with these 3 times, right? These 3 are in New York, okay? These 3 are in New York. What does 8:30 do? It's a news driver. What is 9:30? It's a New York Equities Open driver, right? So these 2 are drivers. What's 10? It's a continuation or reversal of the 6 a.m. candle. Okay? Now what do we notice with these 3? They're all 4-hour candles. Okay? These are our drivers. These are our 4-hour profiles. Okay, now all this will blend together, and then you have to get your head on right. I just added this here because I accidentally doubled up on something. I doubled up on this, and then I just changed it to that. Right, so once we have all this put in together, right, and don't worry, it will be easier. It's not like this is just what you're going to be learning, okay? Like, these will probably be in the same video. These will probably be in the same video. Like, it's not going to be a ton of videos. Like, these aren't all going to be separate. Okay? But once everything's aligned, you take the entry. And then boom. It's in the market's hands, bro. It's in the market's hands. Right? So, that is the one model that you need. Right? So, that is literally it for this video. So this was just an overview of everything that we're going to be going over in this. And yeah, so this was episode 1 of the one model to change your life. And hope you guys enjoy the series. Join the free Discord. And I'm out of here. Peace.